Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Steve Aitchison, and sorry I'm a wee bit late there. I'm just hoping we're live just now. We are live. Okay, yeah, sorry I'm a wee bit late just now. I was just trying to put the finishing touches on something, but I've still not done it. So I'm going to have to get more time for the 10-minute spotlight, unfortunately. But I'll tell you what it is, and I'll go over kind of what I've got just now, and I might do a report on it later on, but I'll still do the 10-minute spotlight. And I've been up since 5 this morning just researching things, but I go far too deep, I know that. But I'll tell you what the 10-minute kind of spotlight is and what it's going to be. So yeah, we'll look at the markets, we'll look at, we'll do Bitcoin technical analysis, we'll do the 10-minute spotlight as well. We'll also look at news, and if we've got time, let me know what charts you want me to look at as well. And we'll go over some of your charts and we'll do a bit of technical analysis there as well. Simple technical analysis, but good simple technical analysis. So we'll do that as well. So let me know in the comments if you want me to look at some charts. Just making sure everything is okay. I was going to use the other camera, but it wasn't working. That was another reason I was late as well. I'm just going to have to get a new computer. That's the long and short of it. Right, I'll just go and get the chat area and dive over to the chat area. Hi, we have Mike D in, one of our Brown admins. Thank you very much for joining us, Mike. Good to see you here. We have Chris Camus is in the house. Dennis Pander Hayden is in. Gordy Boy is back with us. Stephen King is in. Mervyn Skidmore is in. Honest Crypto Journey is back with us. And Jean is in as well. Good to see you here. Vet chat, please. Sorry about the rugby result. I know. Getting beat by Ireland. But there you go. First game. Anyway, Mitch Dieter is in the house as well. Good to see you here. Okay, we'll dive into the market, see what's happening overall just now. I've just got my Bitcoin chart up here as well. Okay, Bitcoin price, steadish. It's above the 200 MA still, and we'll look at that later on, but it's above the 200 MA. And that's what I'm kind of bothered about just now. That's what I'm looking at just now, to hold steady above that in order to get up to the next step up to 10,000. So 9,383 roughly. It's probably gone down a wee bit since then. Market capitalization is 261 billion. Bitcoin dominance going down slightly to 65.3%. Just now, winners and losers in the top 100. Icon is up, ICX 22%. IOTA 17, Sealy is up 14% as well. Only 3 in double-digit greens. We've got about 55% in the green, 45% in the red. BitShares down 9.71. That had a big run up last week. Status is up. Down 8.2%. Bitcoin, Mona, Quant, Swipe, Synthetics, Horizon, all down as well. Not by a huge amount. Yeah, not by a huge amount. Okay, so the biggest winners and losers across the cryptocurrency market rankings, gainers and losers. This is most up to date one. T-Coin up 521% over 24 hours on 75,000 volume. Don't know if I trust that. Plating Coin is up 53%. Ethereum, Zeus Coin is up. When Token Lithium is up, or Lithium is up 30% as well. That's one we've looked at in the past. Popcoin going up 28%. Whereas Vercoin 25%. Icon has made that top list as well, 22%. See if there's any others that are interesting. Nope. Scramble Network up 13%. We'll see what's done well over the last 7 days. Stream It Coin, EOS DAG, which we looked at last week. Glishin is up 180%. Unibright is up 160%. So just turn this down. Why is that was on? Now 1 second, just before we get interrupted. And what else has gone up? When Token Presearch is doing well, 156%. Potcoin 126, Gossamer 114, Blockstamp up 103, Tachyon Protocol and 0x Bitcoin as well is up just now. Crypto Bubbles, take a look at that. Bitcoin just doing as usual, trying to grab attention, just going up and down by big chunks. This is in USD, ICX we can see Sealy, IOTA, Waves, Tezos has gone up as well. We'll go into Satoshi value, see what's changed. Nothing much changes there. So they're both kind of performing at the same level. This is the last hour or so. Bitcoin is down again, as usual, 15%. So roughly we're kind of in the red, I'd say. More or less in the red over the last hour. And this is in Satoshi value. USD kind of changes. We're definitely in the green in USD value, which means Bitcoin price is kind of going up. But nothing really much. It's kind of a sideways day just now. A sideways start to the day. Fear and greed index, we're at 59 just now. So we're going up towards more of the kind of greed index there. 59, that's the highest we've been for a bit, actually. We'll just look at the historical data. That's the highest we've been since August 2019. So could mean we're in for a bit of a pullback for Bitcoin, as people get a wee bit wary of it, kind of where it is just now. Okay, we'll go to the sentiment. Bitcoin sentiment is 76.2, which is good. Ethereum is 54, Litecoin is 64, and we've got XRP at 61, Cardano at 52. We'll go to separate coins there and just look at that. What's doing well in terms of sentiment. This swipe just reported volume 16 million for swipe. It's down 10%, 94.73 is the daily sentiment. So I need to look into that. Also, not going to discount that. SNT status is high sentiment, good volume there as well. CVC Civic is up as well. Ardor 85.10, it's only up 3%. That could be in for a jump. REN protocol 84.65, 113, 111 relative trading volume. What else has got? Tezos, it's still doing well. It's had a great run up. Dusk network is coming up, 76.61. It's up 2% at 402 Satoshi. Wind token is up there. Still hold Wind token. 1.22 Satoshi just now. I think I bought it at 4 before it got dropped from Binance, so the BTC pairing got dropped. So that's actually, we're doing well just now. It's coming back up. That's it for the moment there. For the sentiment, we'll just jump back to chat, see if anybody else is in. Gene LL Stephen had to mention it. LL Gentleman Sport is a gentleman sport indeed. That's what I love about rugby as well. Dennis van der Hayden, APL chart. I will look at that. Steve, are you still holding Wink? Yes, I am still holding Wink. It is going up. I do expect it to go up in the future, but I expect to hold it a long time. G-Slick is in the house. Welcome to you. AMB, we'll look at that. Ambrosus as well. Brundle25. Hi, Steve. I saw you on the CYT Telegram chat that businesses that bought into sharing went bust. Is there any truth to this? I don't know. I think with the sharing, I think there's a couple of businesses were selling off. So I don't know. I've not got the skinny on that yet at all, to be honest, Brundle25. But I do believe they were selling off their tokens in order to raise money. So when they sell off their tokens, hopefully it'll start to go back up again. Sharing is not doing so well at the moment. It's not doing really badly. I'll just see where it is just now. 33 Satoshi. So it's not doing really well. It's not dropped massively. Just I think there's a couple of players in there that are selling off. Basically, I think that's what's happening. So I'm not too sure if I'm being really honest. Lenny V is in the house. Welcome to you. Kukla is in the house. Welcome to you. Good to see you here. Okay. We'll look at Binance first. I was going to do the 10-minute spotlight and just tell you where I'm not, because I've not really done it yet, but I will. Okay, so we have on Binance, IOTA is up there, 17.9%. Icon we've seen as well, ICX is up there at 9%. WTC HOT, how are they doing? So they've gone up 1 Satoshi. They were at 6, between 6 and 7, and that was really tempting. I didn't get in. It was really tempting to get in between 6 and 7 and buy them at 7. If you sold them at 8, if you bought them at 7, sold at 8, you've made a quick 13% profit, but there's whether it could go up more from here as well. They're at their all-time low, and if they're going to make a move, they're going to, I would imagine, have to do it soon before people just give up on them. It doesn't matter what kind of product they've got or future. I think a lot when people give up, they just give up unless it starts to come back up again. Okay, MFT, that's only moving between 8 and 9 Satoshi. QSP is up there. So there's not much movement. There's not any big movements there. Just look at USDT. No, nothing moving there much either. Look at KuCoin just now. See what's happening on KuCoin. DAG we have moving up to 147 Satoshi there. We've got MAN is up 21%. MWatt is up as well 20%. On that, I don't know what the volume is on that. 2.13. FOTA moving up 20%. EXY 15%. HPB up 10%. So there's a few pages in the green as well as the red there as well. DAG kind of leading the way in the KuCoin Plus area. Tezos 9%, XMR 4.99. I think Monero's going to make a move. Monero and Neo I think are going to make a move. Ethereum Classic already made a move. XRP could be making a move as well. Or they have started to make a move. And that's it. So again, it's kind of sideways for KuCoin as well. Dive back over. Andreas is in the house. Chris Camus, Dusk please. We'll do G-Slick and VITE. Thoughts? Take a look at that as well. Okay, the 10-minute spotlight, and I've not finished the 10-minute spotlight. I was expecting, because I know I've got this kind of problem where I dig too deep, so I'm just going to do a very surface kind of 10-minute spotlight. Because I've been in it for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, kind of looking at this. I thought, okay, I know what I'm going to be doing. I kind of know about it, but I just dig too deep. Okay, so it is Constellation. DAG. We've just looked at it. The price has gone up. 147 Satoshi it is. I'll just see what it comes up. It says 141 there, but it's actually 147 we've just seen on KuCoin anyway. Yeah, 146, 147. So it's starting to go up. It did come down to about 117. It's starting to go back up again. It bounced off here and moving back up. This is on the weekly. So that'd have been a perfect time to get in. I was saying kind of last week and the week before, good time to get in. Now they're having a mainnet swap, so they're going to do a swap over. They're an ERC20 token just now is Constellation, and they're going to be swapping over on the 11th of February to the Hypergraph and their own network. That's happening on KuCoin automatically. So if you were to buy DAG, you just keep on KuCoin, it happens automatically. If you're on other exchanges like IDEX, it doesn't happen automatically because they're on the ERC20 platform. So they'll just be delisting DAG from IDEX and a couple of other platforms as well. You need to check it out. But they've got details on the blog as well about what's going to happen on the 11th of February. So it's just to keep up to date with it and obviously join the Telegram group as well. You've got a really good Telegram group, very good communication in there as well. DAG, what is DAG? First of all then, well, I'm going to look at the fundamentals after. So DAG itself is big data. Really, it's big data for, big data is really a $2 trillion industry. It's a bigger industry than the oil industry, believe it or not, because of the importance of big data to lots of different companies, to all companies, to be honest. So just can I say what it says? Constellation is the world's only blockchain technology designed for big data, providing infrastructure for an open decentralized data marketplace and an enterprise-grade software solution for data provenance and integrity. It's secure, cost-effective, scalable, and easy to integrate. The key word there, the operative word there, is scalable. And this is what makes DAG so, I think, such a good investment. From my point of view, from what I'm seeing, it looks a really good investment as well. They've got a lot of technology there, and this is what I was trying to look at. This is where I was digging too deep. with the Spore networks and the kind of hypergraph. I was looking into that as well. So I'm not going to mention that, just to let you know they have got a lot of technology there as well. Okay, active partners. They've got MOBI, which is a mobility open blockchain initiative using blockchain and related technologies to make mobility safer. I think this could be a big area. Hyperledger they've got as well, StackPath, the School of Business, Decisive Point, Blockchain, Chainlink, and they've got partnerships in there, and Quant recently as well. So Quant and Chainlink is a really good one. Also, obviously, they've done that with the US Air Force as well. You can see the Air Force here. I don't know if they've got a link to it's to the actual Air Force itself, but for providing data solutions for the US Air Force as well, which was a big thing at the time. You probably remember that coming out. A big thing for blockchain, big thing for Constellation, obviously, as well. So they've got lots of different sectors. They're in Constellation's growing list of trusted partners is organised into following categories. So private sector, blockchain industry, public sector, and academia as well. So there's lots of different areas they can go into, and this is where a lot of the big data kind of people come in, and they're looking to get that big data easily, and they want it quickly, and they want it to be secure as well, and they need that information for the kind of to run the businesses properly. This is why big data is so good for them. What else was I wanted to tell you? This was the cost of bad data. And what many fail to see is that bad data behind a secure firewall is still bad data. Incomplete or missing data affects industries into the trillions of dollars annually. So this is a really good, and this is what I was trying to research as much as possible and dug deep into what is big data and why we kind of need it, or why big industries are so reliant on it. But this is just some of the areas that they're kind of looking at as well. Mobility. Looking at, we've just seen, we've done it with MOBI. Internet of Things as well. The Internet of Things requires a faster, more secure alternative. Today's business networks are vulnerable and incapable of dealing with the approaching growth in connected services, IoT. Healthcare is going to be a big one for them as well. We've looked at healthcare in the past about data, the data requirements there as well. And this is for medical and clinical record keeping, for example, and patient-driven interoperability they've got here as well they're talking about. Tokenization and distribution of energy. This is another big area as well. So as it stands, the energy market in the US alone is worth $2 trillion. The distributed ledger investment in the sector is currently at $100 million. And Constellation is leading the path on tokenized solution that will allow consumers and businesses to effectively earn and distribute their energy consumption. So that's a big thing we've seen as well. What is one of the other ones that are doing that, focusing on that. But Constellation have the technology to do this as well. And this is the Spore platform we're talking about. Spore is Constellation's security, data validation and notarization across big data initiatives like artificial intelligence, enterprise software, and edge computing, IoT, and mobility, for example. So that's another one I was looking at. We don't want to dig too deep into it. I just want to do a surface 10-minute spotlight because I'm very guilty of doing going in too deep. So we don't want to dig into that. Suffice it to say that Constellation, in my opinion, with regards to big data, there's not any real competition at the moment with Constellation. Obviously, there'll be other companies coming out and kind of looking at this area as well, because as I said, it's over $2 trillion industry, this. And if Constellation just grab a piece of the pie, and they're starting to do that just now, if they grab a piece of the pie, just even a small fraction of that, then this, I think they've got a 13 million market capitalization, then that is, for me, is going to jump up to 100 million, 130 million, 10x, basically. But what I'm going to say very conservatively is probably within the next couple of months, they're probably going to go up 100%. Because of what they're doing, because of the contacts they're making, because of the platform they're building just now, and the partnerships they're forming just now as well. Chainlink, Quant as well, US Air Base, and they've got other ones coming up as well. They've also got going over to the mainnet as well, so there'll be much more control of that, and the scalability of that is going to be massive for them. I'm talking about the DAG token. Technically speaking, DAG is the financial state channel of the Constellation network, allows the seamless exchange and interaction between the various state channels and nodes that make up the network. So there's nodes and state channels that make up the network. Nodes, you'll be able to run a node if you've got a certain amount of kind of DAG tokens as well. You'll be able to run a node, which you can do, and you'll be rewarded for that as well. And you've got the state channels there as well. And DAG binds the components of the network together, enables them to relate to each other. So I was talking about the purpose here. I'll put the links down below for you as well. The use case, as illustrated in the diagram above, the Constellation network is composed of DAG nodes, state channel nodes, and hybrid nodes as well. And nodes performing consensus for multiple state channels. As I said, I'm not going to get into technicalities of it. I'm just thinking about this as an investment opportunity and why it could be a good one for you. Molly is there in wallet basically as well. So Molly will soon be available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. A wallet for the community, by the community as well. So I've got that coming as well. This was an article. Wasn't this one I was wanting to look at. I want to look at something else. This is about running nodes as well. And I've got the nodes up and running. And this was BlockFire had done a review on Constellation as well. And I think the score was about 52 out of 63. If you haven't seen BlockFire's reports, I would highly recommend it. Total score 52 out of 63. Solid, short and promising long-term investment. Positive, promising product, high upside potential, strong community, massive partnerships. Negatives, still not live, strong competition. So still not live, that's coming live on the 11th of February. That's all happening there when it's getting transferred over to the mainnet. And we'll just look at this. I was going to show you something in this as well. Right, vulnerable value proposition. No, it's not where I was going to look at it. So check out BlockFire as well. I'll give you a link down below for that. But as I said, I was just digging too deep into the actual technology for this. But this is going to be the kind of 10-minute spotlight. Constellation. I spoke about it before, why I like it as well. And I'll put links down below for you as well. Now, that's not a lot to go on. So we'll just look at the kind of fundamentals here just now. Where is it just now? 13 million market capitalization at the moment. We're seeing it as 141 Satoshi. It's saying there, I think it's 146. Highest it's been is about 21 million market capitalization back in 2018. Was it higher than that? No, 21 million has been the highest. Constellation ROI and the approximate return on investment at purchase at the time of launch is down 59%. So still kind of bargain basement. Not bargain basement, but still very low just now. Volume is really good on this. A lot of positive sentiment on this on Twitter as well. Circulating supply and just now is 1 billion. Total supply 3.7 billion. So about 30% of the total supply is circulating at the moment as well. And you can get it on KuCoin at the moment. As I said, a lot of them, I don't know if Hotbit are actually supporting the mainnet swap. I would imagine it will be. IDEX is not, as we said, because it's not going to be an ERC20 token anymore. So that's a quick, very quick look at Constellation for the 10-minute spotlight today. And as I said, when you dig deeper, you look at the technicalities of it, and then that's when you realise how good it could be in the future and how good of an investment it could be as well. So let me know your thoughts on that if you are into Constellation as well. Marcus Shafari is in the house. ERD thoughts as well. We'll look at that in a second. Okay, we'll look at the Bitcoin chart now. There's a lot to go through now. I've got a specific structure for these videos now as well, so I can break them up. Right, Bitcoin chart. Still kind of going sideways. You can see here, this is the last 6-7 days or so. We're just going sideways here. We've got a wee channel going on there. Let me see that. Parallel channel. You can see that here. We've got a kind of channel going on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the last 7 days, it's not really changed much. Let's move that up to there so it's tighter. So it's not really changed much just now. So we're just waiting on a breakout from here, to be honest. Now, what you'll notice if you're looking at the daily chart on the 7 EMA, we're bouncing off the 7 EMA. We're coming down and we're bouncing off the 7 EMA just now. If we come below that, that's when to look at, okay, what's going to happen from here. The support after that, probably going to be around about the 200 EMA, around about the 8,800, 8,900 level for Bitcoin. And if it fell to round about that price, as long as it stays above the 200 EMA, I think that is a really good sign to stay there. We've seen kind of last year how it broke above the 200 EMA, but almost stayed there for a couple of weeks before breaking down again. So we don't want that to happen again. But the last time it broke over the 200 EMA, 3rd of April 2019, it stayed up there for about 7 months or so and went to 14,000. So we're looking at that again. According to recent history, 2015 to 2017, we could get up to 13,500 before coming down again, before the halving, and then we start to go up after the halving again. So that's here. This is a projected price, just looking at 2015, 2017. So we don't go up to 18,000 until August 2020, and we don't break till February 21. We don't break the all-time high. But that's just looking at history. It could obviously go up much more and come back down again. As long as this support line, this is a support line I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about, but I'm most kind of looking at and most reliant on that kind of holding. This support line here, you can see it's held for 7 years now, and it's looking very, very strong to keep on holding that just now. So look at it on the monthly as well. If we look on the monthly, so we can see an engulfing candle there. So it engulfs this and this here, which is a good sign, which is a very bullish sign. We've got an engulfing candle there. It's kind of pushing up. So still 9,347. Looks like we're going to go up on the next leg up here. So this is just starting to form this month, in the last 3 days. So it's not really moved, but we should be going higher from here. So more bullish signs than there are bearish at the moment. But as you know, with Bitcoin, you know what it's like. It could drop at any time, sending the alt spinning, sending BTC spinning, and sending everybody else into a spin as well. But as long as we hold this line, which is now at 7,600, I wouldn't be too worried at all with this. And with the halving coming up, yeah, I think it's looking good for Bitcoin at the moment. It didn't go up. I thought it was going to go up over the weekend. It did go up to 9,600. It touched 9,600, I believe. Yeah, that was just this morning. 9,615, so it touched that. But didn't break it. So we're starting to get a higher high. We're looking for a higher high than here. I suppose we're getting that just now when it was 9,557. That was a closing. So we've kind of done that already, 9,529. So if we can break above that and form above this higher high, that is another good sign for the Bitcoin price as well. So still looking okay. It's just going sideways at the minute. I think there'll be a lot of people on tenterhooks wondering which way it's going to go. And I think this rise has taken everybody by surprise, to be honest. A lot of people weren't expecting this at all. And it's still rising just now and holding as well. That's the most important thing. So we're getting a kind of step pattern forming here. So we could get that. If we see that here, we'll just see, have a look. See that step there. Another step here. So we're getting a step pattern forming just now. So it should be up to around about the 10,000 area within a couple of weeks as well. If this pattern was to continue, we can see it's still even below that. So it's a good step pattern there. So if we continue with that step pattern, we should be in the 10,000 region within a couple of weeks. But we just need to wait and see what happens. CKB, James, Oklahoma, one of our brown admins is in the house as well. Welcome to you. Okay, we'll look at some news just now. Oil price collapses on market fears could drive investment into Bitcoin. This is another news article just looking at the kind of price of oil. They were looking at other things as well last week, a couple of weeks ago, to say, give the reason, a use case scenario for kind of Bitcoin price going up and why it might go up as well and being held as a store of value. So the OPEC and Russia have agreed to push up their regular March meeting due to a price collapse. Oil has dropped over 20% in January amid fears of demand cuts related to the coronavirus outbreak. Bitcoin, however, is seeing a price bump. Interestingly, however, Bitcoin's response to the global outbreak threat has been to increase dramatically. While many see Bitcoin functioning as a commodity of sorts, this recent divergent price action proves otherwise. Instead, loss in demand for oil could further drive Bitcoin price increases as well. So I thought that was interesting from another kind of angle point of view, because obviously people invest in the oil or in oil as well. So it could be they're coming out of that and going into the Bitcoin. This is what they're saying here as well. And with the global loss in value of oil, investors may continue to move funds out of the commodity and into digital gold. Protected from inflation and hedged against loss, Bitcoin is a safe investment for traders during times of economic and geopolitical change. That's according to Binance and Crypto. Ethereum miners holding Ethereum approaches all-time high. I thought this was interesting as well. We spoke about Ethereum last week and how that's going to go up. Well, I think it's going to go up and still going up just now. And it's been proven to be a good investment at the moment. According to data compiled by crypto market platform Sentiment and reported by Coinbase, the amount of Ether held by ETH mining pools is near its all-time high of 1.6 million, originally set last October. The increase in Ether hoarding by miners since the end of last year has been steady, leading some to conclude that there is renewed confidence in the project. I'd say that was true. There's a lot of good sentiment about Ethereum, and just now on Twitter and the kind of news as well. So there's a lot of good sentiment, which could push the price up to that $300 level, and I think it will quite soon. Sentiment founder Maxim wrote in Spencer Noon's monthly newsletter Substack, the steady accumulation suggests high confidence levels in the project among the majority block creators, at the very least relative to the current market conditions. So I'd say that was very true as well, because obviously if Bitcoin was to drop big time, I think Ethereum and the other big alts would drop as well. This is I've been talking about this over the last few months as well, about the student loans, the state of student loans, not only in the US, but in Europe, UK as well. But what will happen to Bitcoin if $1.6 trillion of student loans are forgiven? So this is just, I think Congress are talking about this or thinking about it. Democratic presidential hopeful Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren have offered to forgive student loans to the tune of $1.6 trillion. The plan would ostensibly increase spending money for cash-strapped young people and boost economic growth, but would these consumers put any of that extra money into Bitcoin? So they're asking a question here. But the more interesting thing is the state of the economy of the US. So this is QE basically. If they're going to do this and they forgive student loans, that says quantitative easing for $1.6 trillion. So basically that kind of frees up money that the students have to pay back just now. And what they're thinking is that they're going to use that money, instead of paying their student loans, they're going to put it back into the economy and spend in the shops. They're going to spend it on kind of investments, things like that, which boosts the economy. And so rather than getting that $1.6 trillion back, they're going to get back in other ways for the economy. So it's another case of this kind of quantitative easing. It's just in a different guise, as wearing a different mask. And it's a big risk if they do that, if it does go ahead. What this article is talking about is if okay, the students are not going to have to pay their loans, so what they'll do is they'll put it into investments like Bitcoin, and that's what they're thinking as well. A bit of wishful thinking, I'd say here, on kind of John Buck's part and being in crypto, but that's essentially what they're kind of trying to say here. But the actual student loans thing is a more interesting part, $1.6 trillion of student loans just now. So that could be another case of the US doing QE, and they say they're not, but they are. This is another mask it's wearing as well. Thought this was interesting. Coinbase limiting daily withdrawals limits to $10 for some users. So they've got a photograph here. Daily exchange withdrawal limit used, 0 out of $10. So according to this is from Reddit, from Unholy Crab. It's got sent an email with no response, also applied for high withdrawal limits and was denied. PM me for my email. So just saying, I thought Coinbase was doing really well, and they're doing really well for crypto space as well, and again onboarding new users as well. But I've not seen this side of it, to be honest. Not surprised coming from Coinbase. They'll ban you, limit you if you wear the wrong shirt that day. I think a lot of people again are peed off on this kind of particular post, and obviously it'll attract people that have been wrong done by Coinbase. I used Coinbase perfectly fine for a long time. They didn't use it for a few months and started using it again for 2 weeks. Suddenly restricted my access. Contacting support ended with Rui to get to inform you, blah, blah, blah. But I think I got an email as well about that, but I think it was there's some kind of glitch or something. I'm guessing the user did something suspicious. Typically people who post threads like this conveniently leave out all the details, and your assumption is usually the case. Very true as well. Very few affected. US mine is still 10k. I think mine is 100k on Coinbase. Deposits are still unlimited. Mine's 50k, not shook. Any legit alternatives for US? Yeah, so I just thought that was quite interesting. Winklevoss twins patents Tout use case, or Tout use case for Gemini stable coin tech and banking. So the owners of Gemini cryptocurrency exchange, the Winklevoss brothers, have won a flurry of US patents for stablecoin technology they say could be issued by commercial banks. 6 patents awarded between August 2019 and January 2020 to Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss intellectual property company outlined as a system similar to the collateralized token model already used by Tether and the brothers' Gemini dollar, that allows users to direct swap fiat currency for their digital equivalents. So the stablecoin system needs trusted entities. So they've been given 6 patents there, so it looks as if they're going to go into that and possibly look at a kind of banking system as well. So possible use cases for in the banking system as well. So it's just one to keep an eye on, this one, I think. And I think they are one to keep an eye on anyway. This was Constellation as well by Ben Jorgensen. There was a video by the State of the Union 2019, everything they've done in 2019. I'll put a link down below for you. So it's a year in review. Really good, Ben Jorgensen. I really like him as a CEO, and I think he comes across really well, very professional, and knows what he's talking about as well. This is why another reason you've got to look towards the leaders and who are leading the company as well. And I think Ben Jorgensen's got a lot of respect within the industry as well. That's the news as well. I think that's it. Yeah, it's just now. Okay, Gino Dow is in the house. Welcome to you. Right, we'll look at some charts. So VET was the first one, I think. Yeah, no, it might be an APL. No, VT. It was VET. So we'll dive over there and go to VET BTC. So look at the 4-frame chart, and we'll just go up here, maximize, and we will maximize and maximize here. So we're looking at the RSI, the MACD, the volume, and the main chart as well. Okay, so we're looking at it here when it was, we're saying 61, going below that as a good kind of risk to reward ratio, 3.4, but that's past just now. So we're now at 67, and we're coming up for another crossover on the daily, 70 EMA crossing over the 50 EMA. We had a support there which broke down below, which wasn't looking good for VeChain. It could have went down further, but it did bounce off that level. And we had previous support there, and we can just see that here. previous long-term support around about the 58 as well. But it bounced off the 58 level, kind of bounced back up to 67. It looks as if it's looking to climb back above the 50 EMA, the 70 EMA climbing back above the 50 EMA, which is a good sign. On the MACD, we're looking good for a crossover again. And we've got low RSI around about 50. It's not overbought, not oversold, kind of middle of the road, which doesn't really tell you much, to be honest. Volume is okay. It has come down again from its peak, obviously, around about November time, but it's stabilized just now. Volume is okay for that. So it's looking okay just now. It's looking okay. I would use that as support again. If you're looking to get in, I would use that as support. So risk to reward ratio again, you put your stop loss at 64 and hope for a jump up to 77. So it could be the next stop for it is going to be around about that 67 level. That's going to be your first resistance area. Or no, it could be down here, 72. You're an obvious one. 72, 77. I would say that's going to be your resistance area. So I'll put it at 72 just now. So not that much of a jump, to be honest, but put it up, about 7%. I think it'll go through that easily. And then up to 77. And then you're still on up to 83 after that. So it's still looking good. Still looking okay for VET. It wasn't looking good once it crossed down over on the daily, the 50 EMA, and kind of broke this support line at around about the 65 level. It wasn't looking too hot for VT, but they bounced back again. They bounced off another support level there at 58, and hopefully they'll be able to keep that. That's VET APL chart. So we need to look at charts. Do I have it on here actually? No, I don't think so. Do APL, oh, and see what a polar currency is just now. Right. Okay, we just crossed over a couple of days ago. We've seen that. It crossed over for the first time in a while. And that's a 4 hour. That's on a 4 hour it crossed over. So that's when we were looking at. So we said, okay, if you're looking to get into this, look for a 4 hour crossover. It's crossed over on the 4 hour chart at 7 Satoshi. We're probably better looking at this APL and Ethereum. And that's on the 4 hour. So Ethereum, probably because Ethereum's gone up quicker than the Bitcoin prices, that's why it's looking not as good. So put your fundamentals. I'm going to go here for Ethereum. So 322 Gwei, that's going to be the support line. Would ideally like a crossover on the 4 hourly. I've not got a crossover yet, but it just kind of touched that and bounced back up. So it's using that 50 EMA as resistance. At the moment you can see it's been using it as resistance for a bit. We'll go into the daily just now and see what it's looking like on the daily on the Ethereum chart. Yeah, it's hitting that support again, so it could get a double bounce from here. If it breaks below this, it's going to go to the all-time low. If it breaks below this. The reason I'm using ETH is because it's such a low Satoshi value kind of coin. It's not easy to do technical analysis. But obviously the ETH price is different from the BTC price, and they fluctuate at different levels, different percentages, but we'll still keep looking. So as an entry point, I wouldn't be looking to get into APL just now. You could, as a risk to reward ratio play, this could be a really good one actually. If you're looking at risk to reward, so you're here just now, and push this up. So you would set your stop loss probably around about 310 Gwei there if you're using Ethereum, and you're looking at the next kind of level, probably around about here. So 3.57, that's a good risk to reward ratio. Well, it's an okay risk to reward ratio, it's not a brilliant one, but risking about 6% there, I would say. to possibly gain 22%, and possibly more than that if it hits the first target. Obviously it could go high, much higher than that. We're just saying that's going to be the next target here. It's going to be the first resistance line. Next resistance line, kind of obvious one, probably around about there. And looking at there, so it could go up to 512, so that would push it up here to an RR of 6.67 and 8.57. So could be a good risk to reward ratio play, but if you're looking to get long term or looking for a short term gain, is a kind of risky one. It could go down further if it breaks it, particularly if it breaks 332 or 322. If it breaks that 322 GUI, then it looks as if it could go down further, unfortunately. Okay, we have AMB, BTC. Okay, looking okay actually just now. So we'll put in fundamentals again. We've had a double bottom there, a recent double bottom. We've had the long term one as well, 10th of September 2019. We had that bottom around about 150-ish. Just going to bring this down a bit. I see that's the bottom there. So again, this could be a good play, a good risk to reward ratio one, this one. We'll just look at the weekly just now for Ambrosus. Yeah. So it's kind of languished around this level for a while now. This is on a weekly and it's not really moved much, but when it moves it could really break. That's a weekly. So daily, not really done much. 2nd of October it crossed over on a daily from 215 and kind of gone up to 500 nods. So up 100 odd percent. So I don't think it's going to disappear. But again, it could be another good risk to reward ratio play. I'll push this up and show you the RR. And so you put your stop loss. It's still 18%, just to below that. 17%. And you're talking here. 1.74. Not that brilliant, but we've got a clear support line here, which is good. It looks as if it's trying to break out of a descending triangle as well with that support line. So if it broke out the descending triangle, just show you that here, I'm talking about. Go higher on this. I'm talking about there. So this is the resistance line here. It's hit that resistance line at 190. If it was to break here, probably around about 189 or something, then that would definitely be a buy here. But we've still got support there around about the 148 level. So you can see clearly we've got descending triangle there. Descending triangle usually means that it's going to go down. It's going to a continuation of the down slope there. But a lot of the times I've seen with a descending triangle, particularly if it breaks out, when it breaks out, then we could get it going up quite significantly. And we'll just say possibly we could get, if it was to break out around about there, could go up to around about the 290 level, which would be a break of 70%. So I'd say it looks okay from here. Looks quite good from here. Risk to reward, risking 18% just to below this kind of long-term support line, but it still looks okay. Ambrosus for longer term as well. Dusk. Dusk is not, I've never really featured Dusk at all. Right, so coming off an all-time low for Dusk just now. What is Dusk Network? I just want to see the market cap. 8.4 million just now. So MACD is crossing over on the 8 hour. RSI is low. It's not oversold. We can see the RSI, when it's hit the oversold position around about the kind of 30 stage, it's always kind of bounced back up. Bounced up here. What did it bounce up? Bounced up 70%. That was there. But it didn't bounce up there when it hit the 30. It did a wee bit. 20%. We'll go in here for a couple of days in the green. 4 out of the last 5 days are in the green. We've got long-term, I wouldn't call that support there, but it's not extremely long-term support there. It's just an all-time low that's bouncing off. So, I don't know. It'd be a difficult one to kind of look at that and go into it. If you're using a kind of risk to reward ratio strategy, what you would do here is go in here and you'd put probably your stop loss. I'd say risking no more than 10%, 362, but to gain, so we've got a risk to reward ratio of 2.27. So we're talking about getting up to the next resistance level there, and if it broke and kind of did go up there, that's you kind of breaking the 70 EMAs, going over the 50 EMAs, so that'd be a good bullish sign as well. So it could be that we've hit the bottom here. It could be that we've hit the bottom, but it's kind of risky. You're risking 10%, possibly in 20% in the short term, and then much more after that possibly. So it's a difficult one, that one. VITE, BTC. Much of a muchness with regards to the other ones as well. It's crossed down over. We've seen a big jump up from 136. We've seen a big 147% jump and then a subsequent fall again. We're kind of stabilizing just now, so we've got a new support level there. This is on the daily of around about 132. So it's looking good at the moment. It's moved up off the 132. It's up at 136 just now. If it can stay above this level and keep rising, even small rises from here up to 137, 138, 139, 40, etc. That could signify that we've hit the bottom there at 132 and it's going to cross over on the 50 EMA. And we've got the recency effect as well. Back in December when it went up to 322, it could start to rise and move back above there. So it's looking good, this one. Actually, it could be a really good short-term play. So we're going to go and risk. I'd put a risk ratio of, I'd say 8% here. If you're risking 8%, so no more than 125. So we're at 136 just now. If it goes below 125, then get out because it crossed this support line. But sometimes it will wick below the support line. That's why I'm kind of putting at 8%. It will wick below the support line and then kind of go back up, just like it has here. You can see that here. So we want to just put it under that, but give it some wiggle room as well. And possibly, where could we go from there? The first target. So it's got a risk to reward ratio of 4.36. So that's actually quite good from that point of view as well. So, and it's got the recency effect with having a high price. Sometimes you get the elastic effect where it kind of bounces back up, and it could be that you're looking at a cup and handle here, or the formation of a cup here, and kind of handle and going back up. So it could be that's what we're looking at just now, that formation. So it could be the bottom of the cup there. So this actually looks like a good short-term play. Disregarding any fundamentals, I don't know what any news is that's come out just now, but if we're just looking purely from a technical point of view, it could be a good one. ERD is so much of a pain in the arse just now because it shoots up, comes back down, shoots up, comes back down, but we have hit that level again, 14. I think so many people played this before and got burned. So 14, 15, that level seems to be the kind of long-term support. Double bottom there, kind of bouncing up just now. It's 18 just now. crossing over in the MACD, RSI is low, volume is low as well. ERD, because I've been burnt in the past with it, I'm reluctant to say yay or nay. With this, probably say no just now. If I was looking to go into it, I'd just say no, I'm not going to go into that because of what's happened historically. You think, okay, this looks really good from a technical point of view, but it's just kind of gone up and then came right back down again. CKB, I haven't heard of CKB, or have I? CKB, we'll soon find out. Nervos, not looking good at the moment. Because it's recently come out, obviously, so we'll go to the 4 hour. So this is where we're going to have to kind of deploy. The fib retracement. And we're going to go from the bottom there. I usually do it from the crossover, but we're going to go from the bottom. Then look at the fib retracement, and that was from here. So we're hovering around the 61.8% level, that kind of magical number, and it's using that as resistance at the moment at 69 just now. So it could be that it bounces off this resistance. If it can push through that resistance there at the 69 level, if we can break through that, recency effect could dictate that we're going to move back up to 89 level. Again, you've got a good formation, you've got half a cup here. Good formation of a cup and handle, but if it can break through that 61.8% level of the fib retracement, then it's not really going to go anywhere. It has to break through that first. This is on the 4 hourly. I'll go to the daily just now. I've broken it from the bottom. So we're just on the cusp of that 61.8, so it needs to break 69. Just now, if you're looking for the trade, wait until breaking above maybe the 70 level before you get into this. And because of that recency effect, you could see a rise of about 30% and come back down again and then start another rise from there. As I said, or I don't know the kind of fundamentals of this, any news has come out or any kind of team news or anything like that, but it's kind of going sideways just now after a big kind of rise, and the big rise was for about 55%. So it could be that's going to jump back up again. Should I put a long in at 9,100 BTC buy order in? Difficult one. Obviously do your own research for it, but BTC USD, if you were to put a long at 9,100. Now, my thinking, if this breaks the 7 EMA, so if Bitcoin was to break the 7 EMA, you're probably going to go to support, and we'll go to the bigger picture here, and we'll take this out. Delete, 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 delete. I'll just hide that just now, and I'll delete this. Okay, so we're probably going to go down to around about the 8,800 level, I would imagine, or it's going to test the 8,800 level. So 9,100, you're talking about here. So you've got the wick here. There's no real support around about that area. So it's probably going to come down further. So I would imagine the next line of support for Bitcoin is going to be the 9,000 area. And below that, I would have to bounce off the 8,900 level in order to continue its momentum. I'm going up. After that, if it comes down and breaks the 200 MA again, then it looks like we could go down further to the 8,400 level. That's what it's looking like at the moment. But just now, it could be that we're going up to that 10,000 area. That's the next kind of level here. We've broken 9,500 before, and we need to stay above that to go up to 10,000. But obviously, I can't say for sure, Gino. But I would say the next support is going to be 9,000. If it breaks that 9,000, then we're down to 8,900. Then we're down to the 8,400. So it'd be a case of waiting insane. You could put in for 9,100, but it could go much lower than that if it does break. I would expect if it goes to that level, it's going to go further down. Tron, TRX. We'll just look at what time we won, 9:35. We're just going over slightly, but it started late. TRX, BTC. Still looking okay for Tron. Crossed, we need to break this line for it to do anything at the moment. So 235. So it's still crossed over on the daily just now. So still looking good from a short-term point of view. RSI is a wee bit high. Volume is picking up though. And we're seeing a MACD. We're crossing over on the MACD as well. And we've got good-ish support there at 175. So we need to break this 235 if it's going to go higher up into the 250 level. And I think it could do that. Nervos is DeFi backed by one of China's biggest banks. Excellent. Obviously, with the situation in China just now, there's going to be a lot going on. LTC going good. Have you been stacking LTC, Steve? I've not been stacking LTC. I've been focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum just now, but I do like Litecoin as well. I do like Neo as well. I'm not as confident with Litecoin as I am with Ethereum. So Ethereum's the one I'm focusing on just now. I've got the Bitcoin that's kind of sorted as an ETN, but Ethereum, I'm actually stacking Ethereum itself as well as having an ETN on Ethereum as well. So no, I'm not really focused on that. I'd rather just focus on two of them, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and maybe 10% in alts, which is what I'm doing just now. So I'm in the likes of Coinbase, DAG, I've said before as well. I'm in the likes of those just now with a few other smaller ones, and Sharing I'm in as well. That's the kind of small ones, but I expect to hold them for a much longer term. But I do expect 2020 is going to be good for Coinbase, DAG and Sharing as well. That's the ones I've kind of got just now. There's other smaller ones I've got like AdBank and stuff, but I've just held them since ICO. So 10% probably in those ones just now. How is Coinbase doing actually? Coinbase, BTC 116 is back down again. I've no worries about that at all. I think it's the state of the market just now, so I'm not concerned about it going down just now. We didn't break this line. You can see we didn't break this kind of symmetrical triangle there, but we've not broken it to the downside either. So we'll probably test that again and then break out. But I'm not concerned at all about that kind of price movement. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Sorry about the kind of DAG, the 10-minute kind of spotlight there. I just got too deep into it, too deep into the technology of it, and I should have done a better job than I did just now. But I just wanted to highlight it anyway, just to let you know what I was thinking. Okay, I think that is it for the moment. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until next time, namaste. Take care. And last one out, please hit that like button. Okay, namaste. Take care. Bye now.